throw a pick, I could fumble, they could pick it up and run it. So I realized that I needed to get in the end zone. I needed to be a little more aggressive with my play calling. So we got 32, I believe that's Norwood. Nice cut in and breaks off about 22. So remember, pay attention. If you're using Atlanta, guys, we got the you have to mix. You have to put Norwood at the tailback, and you also have to run Turner at the tailback because Turner doesn't do too well at fullback. So you have to just kind of switch them. Like, see, here we are. We're running Turner on the counter right there. Now, by me running there 5 or 6 times already, he has to guard against it. Because when he didn't guard against it, I broke a 10-yarder, right? Tony Gonzalez is my intent. I don't believe that I can beat whichever corner that is, even if it's Johnson, whose speed is 97. I don't believe that White's going to get that much separation. If he's bringing pressure, he's really not going to get the separation. So my thought process on that play is hit Tony. Tony's going to be able to post up his man. You know, he used to play basketball at Cal. He's big, kind of fast. And see here, I just think that Tony's going to be able to get free. See that? He's just, you know, he can do that. Now, obviously, if I wasn't playing the Raiders, then I could, you know, then I could use White a little bit more. As you can see, the adjustments here that I'm doing. It was a constant game of moving people around, and that's how you have to do the Falcons. Because, like I say, they have studs, they have speed players, but you know, you have to get them in the right position. Here we go. You're gonna let him clear. And then, see, once Tony does that, you can hit him. Heavy dosage of Tony Gonzalez. And if he starts blitzing, then obviously you have to run like quick ins, quick outs. Have to run the toss more so that he's hesitant to blitz inside. If he blitzes outside, you know, then I can hit White on an out, and then White will be one-on-one with a safety. So, you know, right now both people are playing pretty disciplined. And I'm just using Tony's. Okay, here we go. Here's a switch up. I got double tights out there, guys. You see that? Double tights got me 3 yards right there. See, things like that. Instead of White out there, I put Gonzalez in the backup tight end. This is how you have to use Atlanta. This is obviously against a really good player. Obviously against a team that has a really good defense. So if it's going to work on them, then it's going to work on anybody. Now, obviously with a weaker defense, you can score a bit more. This was a low-scoring battle. I didn't want to be too risky. I just wanted to call the bread and butter, meat and potatoes. Boom. Quick. That's not Mike Mitchell now. He's way faster than Tony, but Tony is more aware. Tony found the hole in the zone and how Mitchell was covering him. Now here we go. Here, watch this. That's this tackle is pulling this guard. So I'm gonna get out of that. But 68 speed. White for the touchdown. Now you guys know I like to run that underneath play right there, because if they're guarding that, then the toss is probably open, right? So yeah, if they are guarding that, then the toss is more than likely open. And I threw a bit more on that. because I knew I had to get in. I mean, I really wanted a touchdown on that drive, because when you're playing someone who has a strategy that is allowing him to win, what he was like 65 and 20 something, a very high percentage of his games, then you know that they're not going to quit, and you know that they're going to be in the game, and you can't be playing around, because they're not going to be doing anything that's too stupid. And just on luck alone, just on the way the ball bounces, they might get a fumble, a pick, anything. So you have to be on your game. So we got the, I was going to go on the dime for the prevent. I'm just more comfortable out of the 4-6 though. I mean, I'll do that every now and then if there's like a huge moss threat or something like that. Let's see, I got to get into the 4-6. But generally speaking, I like, even in prevent situations, sometimes I'll run the 4-6. One of like the safe, or like a man under, linebacker contain, which will, stop the screens and everything like that. And I believe that's what I actually did, yeah. And I just drop him back deeper, as you can see, and he's not going to get a TD on that. I mean, I have the best covering guys on here. I mean, not saying that they have the best coverage, but the guys, the way I have them in there, they're respectable, and they're not going to give up, they're not going to give up this too much. This guy messages me after and asks for my friendship. I accept it. Tell him good game. It was a good game. But obviously the way that I run this scheme was just a little bit more fine-tuned than the way he did his. I mean, I don't think there was any turnovers. Was there? I don't know. Right now, though, we're doing that ball control, obviously, right? Took up the whole quarter. So again, guys, don't forget to visit the site, check out the sponsors. It keeps the site going. Only takes a second, and you guys can help me out in that way. I will certainly keep playing these good players, showing you how to win with your teams, and just talking strategy, just talking good football with you. So we can help each other out. Tournaments, message me if you guys want to do that, and tell me how much you guys are willing to pay to have something to do if you're not going out or doing anything on a Friday or Saturday night. Like I said, I probably won't be in the tourneys. That's kind of not fair. Not that you could blow all you guys out. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it's kind of like a conflict of interest. You don't host a tourney and join it, But I'll post them up online and post the results and everything like that, and the screen names, and maybe we can get somebody who can, start dominating or something. I don't know. Maybe one guy can win all the tourneys, and then I might have to try and get in there and see what I can do with it. But as of now, it'll be just for you guys, just give you something to do, see how you're running the scheme, and we will, of course, allow other people to get in there. All right, here we go. We're in a safe. Obviously, you can see the way that the linemen flare out, that I'm still want to contain McFadden a bit. And you guys normally know on that safe what I do is I drop that lineman right into that zone. But because of the McFadden there, I didn't want to do that. So I'm like, okay. And look what we do. NY. 3 deep QB spy. I just think he's going to try and break one. With the run, really not too concerned about his passing at this point. comes out passing. And now that's 2 in a row, I think, out of running sets. So at this point now I'm saying, okay. At this point, well, not now because it's 3rd and inches, but now see, what I'm not going to do is stay there and just let him pass. I'll adjust. Like somebody was saying, all the guy had to do was run slants on me because I was running linebacker contain and safe and things like that. But that's because that's what that was the strength of those guys, of that team. So obviously you're going to take away the strength and then make them do something that is not playing, right into their strength. There I got caught. About to show you guys the play. So the toss works there. So this guy obviously wants to try to throw a little bit, and that's on my mind now because he ran twice. See here, I'm coming to the cover 2 Hawk. Watch this. Because I know now that he wants, but obviously it's a risk because now if he runs, then there's a possibility he can break it. But he's thinking I'm going to stay in that run D and then he can just keep passing. Well, obviously right now I believe he's going to pass. So pay attention to what your guys are doing, guys. Obviously, but also be aware. And there we go. I was in the pass D. Everybody was there. He didn't get that space that he wanted. It's rainy. Everybody's there. There's that one fumble that we were talking about. That could change the tide of the game. But obviously, when you do, like when I played that pass D right there, that I knew for certain that there was a possibility, though, that if he ran, McFadden would take it to the house. But that is the chess game of football, guys. And so that's why you have to be sound on your own offensive side so that if you do give up a score, it's just tied. And that's why sometimes you have to guess right so on defense so that you can get the win. At that point, here's Norwood. At that point, it becomes a chess battle, guys, because he's doing something out of the ordinary, which makes you have to do something, and that's what it is. And I think that running everything from the same set with the Maddenedge scheme, then I think that alone right there makes it so that people don't really know what you're going to do. And depending on the team, you can run left, right, throw short, throw deep. Boom. Now we got Turner running the toss, guys. And Turner's kind of doing like the heavy lifting. And then when they're tired, Norwood's taking over. And I think I'm going to run the counter here. I'm not going to get out of that because I don't want him to just sit there on the toss. I want him to know. I want him to remember that. Watch this. I want him to remember that first run. Tony. Oh, this is when I was trying to go up and get 3 and then he sacked me somehow. I wasn't able to get the screen up in time or touch the button the wrong way or miss the button and get out of the field goal range, which kept it pretty close because I knew that if I got up to 2, that if I made it a 2-score game that I would probably win. Boom. And that was Norwood. Obviously the wrong call. Let's see what happens here. I think this is when he gets sacked. And Matt Ryan.